William Tapscott, and this is
Greg Majid.
Yeah, he's one of my block captains out here. Actually, he's my head block captain. And today we just want to talk about getting a lot of things on the internet where people are saying they want to join Crime Watch, but they don't want the retaliation. They don't want to be bothered with it. They don't want the criminals to know they're in it. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, Greg, is the empowerment that you're giving the criminals in your neighborhoods. It's called fear. And that's what people are really scared of, is retaliation. You know, if I belong to a Crime Watch, they're going to retaliate against me. Well, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do that because, one, you know, you have to, when you call in to let them know that something's going on, you don't have to leave your name. So the only way you'll get retaliation is if you go and tell them people you get called on. Then you might get retaliation then. But if you just keep quiet about it, like the criminals, they don't tell you who they're selling to. They don't give you their drug list. So we can do the same thing, and we don't actually have to tell them, hey, we just let the police department know because we don't want this in our neighborhoods. We should be able to sit out on our porches, drink root beer, drink liquor, enjoy the crickets, and that's really about it. Not have to worry about someone fighting down the street or seeing a drug deal down the street or a prostitution down the street. We don't need to see any of that. And today's Crime Watch is going to be mostly, we're trying to combine all the locations into one video. That way it covers everything, because most of the messages we're going to be sending out will be for all the locations. That's Taylorsville, it's Columbus, the 2 we have in Columbus, and the few that we're helping out now. So what do you think one of the other things the criminals use as a fear tactic, besides just being like in a large gang or a lot of people they're doing something wrong? What do you think another thing is, in your opinion, would be?
Well, I think it's like you said earlier. They try to label you a snitch.
Yeah.
To so you won't report their activities. I've been the block captain over here for several years, ever since we got started. And I've had different people move in and out, and they were concerned about me being a snitch. And I had to explain to them, no, I'm not a snitch. And I would tell them, look, you have your kids out here playing, you have your friends coming to visit you. Do you want these meth heads and crack heads or whatever these people are doing coming in and out your neighborhood, peeling in and out the driveway, and your grandkids are out there playing? I mean, if I see something like that going on, yeah, I'm gonna give up a license plate number. I'm gonna make sure that you and your family's not gonna be hurt by these idiots. And that's not being a snitch. And you could do something as simple as, like I said before, pretend like you going outside to pick up your newspaper. Take a license number. But you don't go tell a guy the next day, when I went out and got my paper, I wrote your number down, the cops are coming. You don't do anything like that. You can remain anonymous, and this is what people don't understand. You don't have to give your name, you don't have to do anything, and if we have enough people in various communities doing things like this, I mean, it's really quieted down over here on this corner. Oh, I mean, God, it's like, we used to have like 85%, for lack of better words, chaos going on over here. But now, it's pretty quiet, and there's still a little bit of activity. But with all of the input from different people calling in, giving up license plate numbers and description of cars and stuff, and these criminals know that the people are helping now, it's gotten pretty quiet over here. And it's like, if you watch the news, you see they have major issues up in Indianapolis with all kinds of gun violence and things. And the mayor and the IMPD, they're reaching out to people, hey, we need your help. And this is what we're talking about, If law enforcement can I don't know how things work up in Indianapolis, but if people can be insured, that they can remain anonymous, then I think a lot of these issues can be resolved. And by the way, I don't know if you're going to see this, but Mayor Hogg said you're doing a hell of a job. We need more guys like you. I'm telling you, if we get you cloned and put you all over America, we could get America cleaned up. But I'd like to meet you, and you doing a hell of a job up there in Indy. When you were running, you're doing everything you said you were going to do. And people, we need to help law enforcement handle these issues. So it would be a lot safer for all of us to go out on our front porch, on our deck with our family, and not have to worry about bullets flying by or tripping over somebody that OD'd.
That's very true. And Myers has made it very easy, Sheriff Myers. Even with 911, you don't have to leave your name with 911. They will ask you one time to give your name. You can say, hey, I don't want to give my name, I'm just calling in a tip. Make sure you give them the location, the suspicious activity, or the crime, as much information as you can. This helps officers to find those perpetrators quicker. And a little touch base on the snitch. A lot of people think, well, if I call in the police, I'm snitching. No, because technically, a snitch is not the innocent person living next door to a criminal or a dope slinger. That's a dope slinger or a criminal that gets caught doing criminal activity, and they don't want to take their punishment. So what they do is to get either lesser time, or their crime totally excused, or get paid for it. They'll sit there and inform on their other criminal buddies. That's what a snitch is. Not the innocent person that you're out there, doing a job, trying to raise your family, and you've got some dope slinger moving in next door to you. That you're not being a snitch.
Right.
You just want the trash out of your community. That's all it is.
Right.
And Sheriff Myers will do that for you. I don't care if you live in Hope, you live in Columbus, Indiana, you live in Taylorsville, Elizabethtown. Contact Sheriff Myers. We'll put the tip line up. It'll be up here on the screen here shortly. And there'll be 2 numbers you can call. Don't have to leave your name on either one. If you have a crime going on in your neighborhood, you do not have to leave your name with 911 either. Like I said, they will ask you one time for it, and that's it. Anything else we need to cover on this?
Well, I just want to reiterate, that dope dealer that got caught and is facing years in prison, he's the snitch. He's the one that's going to plea bargain, to do less time or no time at all. He's going to be the one that's going to direct the police to the bigger fish. Your neighbor with the block watch sign on the window of the door is not the snitch. That's the one that's looking out for your kids out in the yard playing, or whatever. And like I said earlier, we need people to understand that you can remain anonymous, call in descriptions, license plates, or you can call in, hey, it's a lot of activity, traffic at the greenhouse down the street, you don't have to put your face out there. You don't have to be seen, and you'll notice a lot of this activity will die down and it'll get quiet at night.
Yeah, they can sit out on the porch and enjoy the neighborhood again. Hear the crickets. That's all I really hear a lot on 9th Street now. It's a whole lot of crickets, which is good. But we just want to let everybody know, if you do see something suspicious, even if it doesn't seem right to you, go ahead and contact the Sheriff's Department. They can go into Columbus. They have jurisdiction there as well. All over Bartholomew County, Elizabethtown, Hope, they all have, Sheriff's Office has jurisdiction. You can call 911 and request a deputy out. And a deputy will come out regardless if you're living in Columbus, you live in Hope, or you live in Elizabethtown. They may take them a little bit longer to get there because you got to understand they're doing all of Bartholomew County with less officers than most police departments have that's located in Bartholomew County. So just remember, if you do want a deputy, all you have to do is request it either through dispatch or through 911. They'll send one out as soon as they can. So.
And also, if you don't want to make a call, find your block watch representative. Yep. If you live here in Taylorsville, you've seen me around here, you know me, bring me some plate numbers. I'll get them to the right officials. and we can help. And also, Sheriff Matt Myers, he's doing a hell of a job. Him and his deputies, you know, I've seen the interactions with different people doing their job, and we need to help them. They're doing a heck of a job. I'd like to see more officers like that. If we had more officers like that policing America, we wouldn't see a lot of brutality issues and other things that we've started to see nationwide. But thank you, Matt. You're doing a hell of a job.
One last thing, if you haven't liked our page on Taylorsville Crime Watch on Facebook, please go there. We appreciate any support. Thank you. We'll see you next month. Thank you, Greg.